Good morning. Welcome to Casa TexPina. We're on build day number 5-0. We're hitting the big 5-0 today. So, main focus today is going to be getting these beams, support beams, all lifted up. Not sure exactly how that's going to work for the guys. I'll have to watch and show you guys as it goes. In my head, I'm thinking they're going to remove all the rebar, put the 2 courses of hollow block, and then replace all the rebar. They may have a faster, more efficient way of doing it than that. We'll have to watch and see. So that's going to be the major task for today. Also, the bay window continues. They're putting on the lintel beam across the top that went across the top of the span of the bay window, as well as out around the edge is the one that they're building now. When I was talking with the mason yesterday, they will be placing a slab on the top of it, the same as what we placed on the bottom to support it. So that'll be that's the way I understood it yesterday. Again, we'll watch and see, and I'll show you as we go along throughout the day. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, let's take a quick walk around through the house, see where everybody's located at this morning. We've got a majority of the personnel here in the living room. They are going to be working on raising the bars up so that they can get another 2 courses of hollow block underneath. That'll raise it up to the correct height so that we have the correct ceiling height, finished ceiling height when we get done. A lot of work, so we'll see how it goes throughout the day and progresses. Okay, coming back into the bedrooms, down the guest hallway. There we go, better vantage point. Mr. Alex is continuing the hollow blocks. This will be the 4th course around, and then there should be a lintel beam that goes around on top of that, just to help support some of the weight, give it a space. We'll see that as it goes along. Further on into the guest bedroom number 2. Morning. Mr. Justin's going to be building more block wall. This will be from the garage wall, the exterior wall around bedroom 2, and around the walk-in closet and Jack and Jill bath entrance. And then, as I showed you from the outside, they are working the rebar for the top of the bay window. Alright, so what I was trying to capture on all that time lapse, I'm not sure if y'all caught it all or not. They actually manhandled all of this rebar support beam. That's probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 long length rods of 16mm rebar, extremely heavy, with all the stirrups on it, and lifted the whole thing in place. Half the way around. So they still got the other half, which is remaining above the kitchen area. So what they're going to do now is, as a couple of more guys still stay on lifting the rebar cages or the support beams, our masons are going to come back in here and put another 2 courses of hollow block to make sure that we're up to the height that we need to be for the finished ceiling height. And then that was actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. They did all of that within the span of about an hour. All right, let's do a mid-morning walk. Take a look, see what everybody's working on. Working on lots and lots of hollow block. Everybody's working on hollow block. So we got Mr. J over there is picking up mortar and taking it to somebody. Mr. Justin up on top, still working rebar, and that's a tie rod for the hollow block going above the bedroom number 2 area for the external. When he turns and goes this way, it'll be 5-inch block going that direction on the inside. Mr. Alex still working the rebar for the bay window. You can see in the center section right here, they've already raised that rebar support beam up high enough to where they'll be able to put 2 more courses of hollow block underneath, and that will raise it to where the bottom of the support beams will be the top of the ceiling, so we will have our 12-foot clearance for our ceiling height. These guys are still working in here. Lots and lots to do. So they've already done the additional 2 courses on this wall. Let me see if I'm pointing in the right spot. Yeah, this wall. And they're getting ready to come around and do the back wall here above the large picture window. And then they will continue around the dirty kitchen, around the actual kitchen area here, and start putting in block. Once they got the block in, they'll set the rebar back down, tie it all back up the way it's supposed to go, get all the extensions done for the column posts where they're supposed to be. I'm amazed we did not lose as much time as I anticipated we would. So we're cruising right along. Engineer showed up on site earlier this morning, went over all the specifics, and yeah, we're good, no problems. All right, time for an afternoon walk around post lunch. You can see they've raised the support beams. They're still working to fill in the gaps with the hollow block underneath for support. Mr. Justin is still working here in the garage area, putting up hollow block. You can see he's starting on his second course between the garage and the bedroom 2. He's got most of bedrooms 2's exterior wall done, and he's working just on the other side of this hole, and he'll be incorporating the interlock section there. All right, let's go look around the front. Mr. Alex has been working on the bay window. So we got Mr. Alex and Mr. Marvin on the bay window now, working forms. So they're working on those. See where these guys are with the interior. Still working on the additional 2 courses of hollow block. Okay. They have all of the rebar up to or up above where it needs to be. So we've got a lot of gaps, pretty much most of the way around the kitchen area. See if I can find a place to cut through. So we're working the top, adding additional hollow block. So the additional 2 courses of block over there. They're going to extend this beam coming all the way across, and it'll come all the way across here. So that's about it. Well, the order of business today is more hollow block. Lots of hollow block. So we've got hollow block going up here in the garage. We got hollow block going up in the hallway. We got hollow block going up before the dirty kitchen on that side, just to get it all to be able to support the to hold up the support beams, the additional height to clear the living room ceiling. See if we can walk through the middle. Tell me if this ain't ingenious. Use a piece of bent rebar to lift up the hollow block. All right, let's go this way. Get out of the way. Mr. Alex and Mr. Marvin over there still working on the bay window form across the top. I'm gonna go take a look out in the front. So the come out here and get a better vantage point again. So the hollow block above the hallway half bath ended up going up a total of 6 courses, so that it could match what's being done over here for the ceiling height from the kitchen, because from the floor, from this floor height is going to come over, extend over this way, because the attic space is going to have a half bath as well. So they'll put a ceiling across it, put a floor up there, and run another half bath just like it is on the bottom. All right, the work continues. Additional stirrups and braces going around the columns, support the additional height. There will be additional bars going up so that it'll go up and actually support the roof as well. They've got the hollow block halfway around the living room area. Kind of hard to see with the shadows there. They are still working on the area above the dirty kitchen, as well as this side of the kitchen, and it'll look like here around. All right, still working on the forms. This is a better view from the outside for the bay window. So they got a lintel beam that goes along over the span. Then they've also got one that comes up here to the front, and there will be 2 columns that come down, 2 small columns like the one right there that Mr. Alex is hanging on to, and the one just to the right of him. All right, it's almost the end of the day here. The guys are starting to wrap up and wind down. It's the end of build day number 50, the big 5-0. Today's primary job started with a lot of heavy lifting, with the rebar support beams getting lifted, literally lifted up another 18 to 20 inches they went. They lifted it up and then tied it up to the rebars and started putting in 2 more courses of hollow block all the way around the living room into the kitchen area, so that we could have the 12-foot clear ceiling height that was in the plans. Okay. The rest of the area, the gentlemen were continuing to work on the bay window. They're also starting to do the forms for the columns. and lots of block busting. So lots of hollow block going up. So that pretty much took care of most of today, the big 5-0. If you like today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, hit the subscribe button or the Casa TexPina star in the right hand corner. If you'd like to be notified when our next video has been uploaded for your viewing pleasure, hit the bell icon just below the view screen and you'll be notified. Till then, have a great afternoon and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.